Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. How you feeling, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. No problem.
Congratulations with 2 weeks ago, man. Outstanding performance. And I really wanted to get your take, your thoughts on how Ryan started the fight, managed the fight, and then finished the fight. I thought it was amazing, but I want to hear, your thoughts.
Well, I think it was a good fight. I think he did what we needed to do. Our objective was really to take away what Devin does great. And, he jabs really well, and he uses the right hand. And so when you take away a jab, all they have is just, left hooks and whatever left. But you took away the jab and the right hand, which is what we wanted to do. And so that's how he was able to lead him to where he really couldn't get into the fight.
The thing with boxing is more of a team sport than most people realize. Obviously, when the fight happens, it's two guys in the ring and that's it. But I know when I play football, I never liked the fighters that talked a lot or the players that talked a lot on my team. Because I felt like you was going to get the other team rowdy, and now I got to jump in and do something about it. The other thing y'all took away was Devin Haney's movement. There was virtually no movement the entirety of the fight. But the whole promotion, we saw a lot of talk from Ryan. And a lot of that talk was, meet me in the center of the ring, meet me in the center of the ring. Right. Was that something that y'all had talked about prior to the fight?
Well, really, it was more about taking away his movement. We made him do something that he's not accustomed to do. And if you think about right, he catches him with a good shot. It hurts him. Now his legs a little,
on top of that,
not there. Then he kind of holds him a little bit and he puts him in the headlock. So now it's kind of once or twice he does that. Then he starts moving. So now those legs that are getting heavier, you kind of have to start moving now and go after a target that you normally are not accustomed to going after somebody because you're normally the one who's moving away.
Yeah.
So you kind of just take them out of, because I think that in boxing or in life, if you let an individual be themselves, they'll be phenomenal.
Yeah.
But when you kind of take all the other things and everybody talk about the left hand, the left hook, right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't the left hook that really did that, which I'll never talk about fights. When we finish, I'm finished with them, but since we're talking. And I told Ryan, I said, do you want to land it? Because if you notice when he landed in the first round, he kept trying to throw it because he got a little apprehensive. He wanted to throw it. I said, if you want to land it right, you want to land the left hook, you got to start landing the jabs in the right hands and the body shots.
Can't show it.
Because you got to take his mind off of the left hook.
Yeah.
And then go back to it. Because you got to make it. If you look at him after the fight's over, the left side of his face is just swollen. So the story is not the left hook. The story was the straight right hand that just kept him over and over and over again. But I never liked talking about the fights afterwards.
Well, listen,
when you walk out the room, you drop it and it's over with. I never, because I know how,
I think it's important though. I think it's important because, and I grew up doing this, man. After a fight, they say, what's next? And it's like, yo, I just got out of the ring. You asking me what's next already? I feel like if these fights were more celebrated longer, that the profile of the fighter, that would also have longevity and that also would grow as well. Right. We go right out of Ryan Garcia. Now we talking about Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia. All the while, that fight in a lot of ways might be better than the Jaime Munguia and Canelo Alvarez fight. So
then we got Frank Martin versus Tank Davis. So it's like, but hey, I got you.
So I feel like we leave a lot of water in the rag after a fight. We don't squeeze that bad boy dry. These fighters need to be going on these press tours after a fight. I hit up Terrence after his fight with Errol, and I said. And I told his media lady, I told Julie, I said, get him everywhere. Don't let this moment be just a moment. Make this moment now last a month if you can, So I really, I wanted to bring you on because I felt like there were a lot of things that Ryan did in this fight that we didn't expect. You talk about the storybook beginning where he catches Devin with the hook that really ultimately set up the rest of the fight. If that hook doesn't land, there's no telling if the legs are there, if they are able to make certain adjustments. Kind of list goes on. So I definitely wanted to get you in and hear, your thoughts on how your fighter performed, especially where the world had no clue how he was going to perform.
Nah, it wasn't that they didn't have a clue. It was that if you think about this, most people like to tell the story the way they want to tell it, even before the story happened. Mm-hmm. They want what they want. That's why when I watch boxing, I really don't get that involved that I care who wins, because I care that I watch a good fight, right? When I put my personal feelings in and say I want this guy to win, then I can't enjoy the fight if my guy loses. Yeah. I'm not saying my guy is my fighter. I'm saying me watching boxing recreationally, right? So I just watch boxing as I don't care who wins. I don't get involved in that. That's up to them. Because if I watch and I say I want this guy to win and my guy loses, I'm upset. So if I don't put my personal feelings in it, I'm gonna enjoy it either way.
Derrick, I think that victory is the start of something special in the sport of boxing, because people made so much about not losing. You can't lose your Floyd Mayweather effect. At the end of the day, these guys got losses. We still want to see them in big fights.
Right, that's right.
I think that helps the sport of boxing. What do you think about the
I think, listen, I don't like to lose, but at the same time, it's like, it's a reality. It's life. I mean, you think about this. And Shawn, and after losing the fight, everybody got something they want to say about you or whatever. But then you realize, hey, I've been winning all this time. People, you lose every day of your life. Yeah. Whatever it is, you losing every day of your life. Yeah. But you judging me because I'm living my dream and I'm winning. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And you lose a fight. It's not that serious, right? Because I think that it's entertainment. Yeah. First of all, it's entertainment. Yeah. As LeBron said, we're talking about a basketball game. We're talking about a boxing match. And like, come on, man. And I think that it's really, like you said, the start of something that I think that more people will come back, but they had the Mayweather effect, right? Floyd, he, it's good to be undefeated if you can do it, but you can't, everybody can't do it. It doesn't mean they shouldn't be allowed to make a living because they lost a fight.
Yeah. Go ahead, Zach.
Derrick, right when you mentioned you got to let the fighters be themselves, that really jumped out to me, because when I went down to Dallas for the media day to see you and Ryan work, I'm thinking he's going to come out at fight night and do all the, what I perceive as Derrick James signature stuff, catch and shoot, walk someone down, busy lead hand, a lot of jabs. And that's not really what Ryan did. He was just the boxer puncher. So, that just kind of shows how you can get success out of a lot of different styles and attributes. How were you able to do that with Ryan and kind of assess, okay, I don't need him to walk down and catch and shoot and throw a whole bunch of jabs and yet still add to his game and not take away from what he naturally was already good at?
Well, I think that you always have to have defense, first of all. So that's not like saying that wasn't a part of it, because I train situational for situations. So say hypothetically it's too hot and Devin get on him, you got to be able to put your hands up and catch a shot, block a shot, or throw a jab. So you got to be able to use your defense, right? But at the same time, I think that I look at them for what they can do good, and I lean them towards whatever they do good and away from what they do bad. So whatever it is they do bad, you may not even know it as much. And I only touch on it a little bit because I want to get it better. But in reality, I lean toward their strength and the opponents, so that's kind of what it is. So you put a fight strategy together to where it helps the fighter, and not about me, because it's not about me, but it's about what he can do. And you may talk about it. We may sit up, okay, do it like this or whatever, but you critique it more. But it's really what his attributes can do.
A lot of this fight went y'all way. I think the way the narrative of the fight now is that it went completely your way.
But not true. Not true. Yeah.
To your point, I want to know, were there moments in the corner where you may have felt a little worried or a little concerned or a little there were like some doubts about certain moments or rounds in that fight? Kind of, talk about, a lot of people think this fight went all y'all way, and I know it didn't. So kind of, tell us the other side of this fight.
Right. It wasn't like, it was never no doubts because it was like so early in the fight, and I'm looking at it from we got 2 points in the first round. Maybe we possibly won the second, who knows? The third and fourth was probably up, we know I felt like he lost it. And so when he came back for the fifth round, I said, listen, you can't lose a round, you're losing a round. And I was like, listen, you keep trying to land that left hook, you got to go away from that. You need to go lean towards the right hand, lean towards the body shot, throw more jabs. Because if you want that left hook, you got to take his mind off of the left hook. Yeah. And so I just kind of, and it was like more about, listen, you need to pick it up because we can't lose rounds. And he was able to, get right back on it. He came back in the fifth round or whatever, and I landed some big shots. Because it's so much about, pro boxing is about consistency, but at the same time, it's about who lands the clearer, more telling blows. And he was able to do both of those. And if you notice, he took the jab away from Devin. Yeah. Because he landed a couple good jabs, but then he took it away. Fifth round, took it away. Yeah. And the right hand never really got him to play. Yeah. But it was like, you just gotta, and it's like, and I gotta tell people, if you see a night where you perceive it to be perfect, that's a whole lot of corrections. Yeah. So a whole lot of, somebody has to be able to listen, okay, let's do it like this, let's do it like this, let's do it like that. And so it's a lot of tweaking, a lot of, whatever, but you may perceive it to be perfect, but it's like a lot of hard days to get to that point.